Sorry for the lack of posting in the past couple of months. I've had a lot of stuff going on. Work, personal life, stuff got in the way of me filming as much as I wanted to. But we're going to try and pump out some more content now that things are kind of dying down right before the holidays. I haven't played too much MLB The Show since our last video, honestly. I took a couple weeks off when I had a lot of stuff going on. And before I even hopped back on, I would see people post about how bad the updates are, how bad gameplay is, and all this stuff. And it really didn't motivate me to want to get back on and grind out some gameplay. But now that the season's over and it's officially baseball off season, I think we'll hop back on. We'll get some more gameplay footage, whether it be ranked seasons, battle royale. I know they dropped a ton of content this past week, some new cards, so we'll have to check that out. So we'll have some MLB The Show videos still in the off season leading up to MLB The Show 22. But today's video is going to be something different. I wanted to do this for a little bit. It's going to still be MLB, still be baseball, but I'm going to start a mini series, kind of like a top 5, where I will pick a category and kind of give my top 5 based on my own criteria of rankings of what I think is the best throughout baseball history. I think this will also be a good series to interact with the community. I'd love to see what top 5s I should do in the future. Just leave those in the comments down below. Also, leave this video a quick like, show me that you like this series and that I should keep making top 5 videos for the future. Don't ask me why. The first top 5 video that came to mind when I started this series was top 5 mustaches in baseball history.
What?
Not facial hair, not haircuts, not even like jerseys or players, mustaches. Yeah, I get it. My mind's maybe a little jacked up. Not sure why I thought of that, but we're going today with our top 5 mustaches in baseball history. Most of these were from the top of my head, just from players I thought of that, when you think of mustaches, especially in baseball, these guys come to mind. I did a little bit of research because I didn't want to leave, time era out that I wasn't born or that I didn't follow. So we did a little bit of research. The grading criteria, again, is all on my own. Mainly it was if I was jealous of your mustache, if your mustache made me laugh for whatever reason. Yeah, that's really it. Let me know if there's anyone I left off this list. Would love to see who you guys may think should have made the top 5 mustaches video. This isn't going to be too long of a video. Talk about the player a little bit, flash a picture of him on the screen, talk about the stash, and kind of go down the order, starting with 5, leading all the way to our number 1 top mustache in baseball history. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's see who's king of the stash. So coming in at number 5, for some reason this was the first guy I thought of for baseball mustaches, and I didn't think of him that he had the top 1, but for whatever reason when I was thinking of this top 5 list, he came to mind, so I had to include him in my top 5. So sitting at number 5 is Mr. Sal Fasano. Now, this is a name probably you guys don't really know. He was a journeyman backup catcher for 11 years. I have a couple notes jotted down about each player that I wrote out, so if I look down, that's what I'm reading. He's an 11-year journeyman backup catcher. I just remember he would just, even playing, he would just be like this giant biker looking, he almost reminded me of the guy from, what movie was it? Was it Rookie of the Year or Major League? The big dude on the White Sox, just fat but would mash. That's Sal Fasano, but look at this stash. I mean, beautiful horseshoe mustache. I mean, you look at this dude. This is a guy you want, if you're throwing up and in at a batter, you want this guy behind the plate. Because if this batter's charging the mound, Sal Fasano is going to do something about it. He just looks like your classic biker bar. He's probably drinking beers, honestly, before the game, in between innings, 7th inning stretch, after the game. He was the first one that came to mind for whatever reason on my top 5 stashes in MLB history. So Sal Fasano, sitting at number 5. Checking in at number 4, and arguably the best baseball player on this list of top 5s, is none other than Dennis Eckersley. He's a Hall of Famer, an MVP, and a Cy Young winner. In his MVP and Cy Young year, he was actually a closer. He's one of the rare pitchers to be a starting pitcher and a closer. I believe he was an all-star at both also, if I'm not mistaken. But his MVP Cy Young year, he went 7-1, 1.91 ERA, 51 saves, and 93 strikeouts. So this dude was filthy on the mound, in addition to having a filthy stash. The first 11 years of his career, he was actually a starter, like I mentioned. He had 100 complete games, over 100 wins and over 1,500 strikeouts. So that'd be a good career even for a guy who was just a starting pitcher throughout his career. I knew Dennis Eckersley had a stash, but I saw this picture of him when I was looking up good pictures to put. The first thing that came to mind when I was looking at this picture was like the cop from Narcos. That's who this dude reminds me of. Kind of like an 80s cop slash like male porn star vibes given off by Dennis Eckersley. Dark stash, though he's got the flow rockin'. You already know this guy was probably slaying, but that stash, pitch black. I hope it wasn't dyed. I hope that's all natural. Just a total caterpillar on top of that lip. Sitting at number 4, Dennis Eckersley. Sitting at number 3, this guy was also a starter and reliever and an all-star, I believe, at both as a starter and as a reliever. And we have Mr. Raleigh Fingers. Now, I cannot make a top 5 mustache list in baseball history without having this guy on it. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the stash, but it's an iconic mustache and I had to include him. So here's some stats. Again, he's a Hall of Famer. He also had an MVP and Cy Young year as well as a pitcher. 6-3, 1.04 ERA, 28 saves, 61 strikeouts. Really, this guy's mustache completely changed the game for not only mustaches in baseball, but mustaches around the world. The twirly mustache you used to see, I feel like back in like the black and white pictures or like I don't even know, the 1600s or whatever. But this man rocked it in the 70s and 80s. Just looking at his stash, I want to know what he used to twirl those bad boys, because those things look like they would not even move if they were caught in a hurricane. I mean, those things are just like perfect circles. It's truly impressive what this man did. The more I look at his stash, those two, hoops at the end, the twirl looks like Hot Wheel ramps. You could, start a Hot Wheel car right at his nose, drop 2 of those suckers down, one each side, and that car's coming right back up. That's doing the full loop-de-loop and coming right back up to his nose. Had to put him on the list. Had to put him at number 3. Not a top stash. You'll see 1 and 2 may surprise you, but Raleigh Fingers checking in at number 3 on our top 5 stash. So I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of this dude on our number 2 mustache list. I found this guy when I was doing some research on stashes to see if I left anyone out from the guys I thought of initially, and I saw a picture of this guy, and I knew he had to be on the list. Mr. Rick Sweet. I know you guys are probably gonna have to Google him as well. He was a catcher. He only played 3 years in the big leagues for 3 teams. Now, the picture's in black and white, so it's not a great picture, but that mustache looks like the type of like stash you put on, like you glue on, like a fake stash for a costume. I thought of that. That thing looks like a damn caterpillar just crawled onto his face and parked itself right on the top lip. Or like someone was getting rid of a carpet and just, was cutting up pieces and slapped that bad boy onto Rick Sweet. I don't know. Looks perfectly groomed. I mean, it almost looks fake, honestly, the more I stare at it. It's very mesmerizing. So props to Rick Sweet for coming in at number 2 on our top 5 mustache list. Sitting at number 1, now this one may surprise you. This picture looks like he probably was rocking a beard and shaved it, for a picture, which is what I thought of at first, and I initially left him off the list, but I actually saw multiple pictures of him wearing different outfits, rocking this stash. So I'm assuming he wore it for at least a game or 2. I couldn't confirm. I've never seen anything like this thing. I mean, it is... I really was speechless, and I'm still speechless. This is Danny Espinosa. 8-year career in the bigs, middle infielder, played for 4 teams, but I have never seen a thicker, hairier, just shaped mustache on a human being than I have in this picture. I don't even think you could cut that bad boy with a razor. I think you legit need a lawnmower. The fact that this stash left me speechless, and it's so hairy and like jet black, I had to put it at 1. It's truly impressive what this man grew. I can only imagine he probably had food stuck in there for God knows how long, but probably months at a time. But he is number 1. Danny Espinosa's stash checking in at number 1. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Sorry if I kept looking down. I was reading my notes, making sure I didn't leave anything out stat-wise or even notes I wrote down when I first saw the pictures of these guys. Let me know other top 5 lists you want to see in the future. I already have a couple more ideas for a couple more that I plan on doing. Again, we're going to still be playing MLB The Show 21 here and there. We're also going to incorporate these top 5 series. Again, don't forget to leave a like and drop a comment in the comment section if you enjoyed the video, or if you have any future recommendations for top 5 videos, or even any videos in the future you would like me to film. I do post on TikTok, and I also have a Twitter page. Those links are in the description below. Thanks for checking out the channel, guys, and as always, we'll catch you next time.